What's your take in terms of the deal pipeline that is there right now? Would you still say it's very robust and the conversions as well in terms of deal wins will continue to be high?
Well, if you look at overall deal pipeline, I would still say it's very robust up to our satisfaction. But we have to also understand the opportunity that we have. The opportunity that we have is post the merger, LTI Mindtree becoming one single entity. And again, if you look at the overall vision that the group has, Mr. Nayak has, SN Subramaniam has, we have been always talking about how do you mine the clients, how do you build strategic logos, and that can only happen through cross-selling and upselling. And that's what we have been focused on, and that's working out very well. So when you talk about deals, you have to look at both the aspects. And I think, yeah, the overall, we may not be seeing a lot of large deals being shaped up, but we can shape some of the large deals as we go along with our existing clients.
That's interesting, but given the fact that you're now looking at larger kind of deals, and LTI Mindtree, as you said, together is now seeing a lot more, it has become eligible for a lot bigger deals, but that's opened up a lot of competition as well. And now you're not just competing with, let's say, just the top 5 in India, but globally as well, Cognizant, Accenture and the likes, and everybody else as well. Does that mean that pricing is becoming a bit of a problem for the industry? Competition is high, limited amount of deals?
Well, first of all, even when we were erstwhile Mindtree and erstwhile LTI,
you were still competing with the biggies.
We were still competing with the, so there's no change in that. It is just that we are much more formidable as we are at this point of time in terms of size and scale and capabilities that we have brought together. But I don't think there is anything to, at this point of time, there is anything to worry about pricing per se. It's fairly stable.
So then fair to say that 17 to 18% margin band by the end of the year?
Well, we have said the 17 to 18% exit rate. That's what we are aspiring for by end of this, by Q4. And, we have a plan. We have a very specific program within the organization to improve the margin, and that's why we have made a commitment that 200 basis points over the next 4 to 5 years. We are pretty much on track.
Okay, so you talked about 17 to 18% margin, you're on track to that, but there was also this aspiration of $10 billion, right? Right now, what, you're sub $5 billion? When do you see that happening? 2030?
Well, I think it will be before that, but the aspiration holds still, the aspiration is very much there. And again, it's the aspiration of the group, our group chairman and Mr. A.M. Nayak, our group CEO, Mr. SN Subramaniam. I think they have very clearly articulated this plan. And
they've given you this target that DC, you have to achieve this target, right?
Yeah, I think, it is not me, it's me and my team who have to get it done. And I think it's achievable. And if you look at the overall aspiration they have been very supportive in terms of what we have done so far and what we want to do. And I think this 10 billion mark has to be a combination of organic as well as inorganic. And I'm very confident that given the credibility that we have in the marketplace and the credentials that we have, I'm sure we can do it over a period of time.
So you've baited me with 2 questions. First up, you're saying earlier than 2030. So what, 2028, 2025?
It's earlier than 2030.
That's all I'm getting from you, right?
Well, it depends on, as you can understand, the industry has gone through a very tough year. So you don't have those controls. But you need to still have an aspiration, you need to set a goal. And that aspiration is pretty much there. In fact, right now as we speak, we are working on a strategy in terms of how to get there. Now, if you have a strategy, then you need to execute to that strategy as well. And now there could be ups and downs, there could be slowdowns, but overall we will be on target in terms of, we will definitely have an aspiration to get there.
That's good to hear because, we started off this year hoping that there'll be a double-digit growth this year.